We are back again with another edition of Let's Play WCW 2000. And much like the TNA Let's Play series, the WCW Let's Play series may have not been given as much attention as it should get. But I will say that I will try from this point forward to give it a little bit more attention, especially considering the start of the big angle on Monday night with Bret Hart, the return of Bret Hart, and Bret Hart costing Hulk Hogan his match against Jeff Jarrett on Nitro. And as you can also tell, we have a little Hogan will be here tonight, but Bret Hart is not here tonight, as we head to Sunday night, February 28th, Night of the Legends. This is the go-home show before then, so let's jump right into it as La Parka defeats David Flair in the opening pre-show match tonight, as both men are very sparingly seen, but are getting their opportunity against each other to show what they can do. And I will say that La Parka raised the bar, but as far as David Flair goes, the bar is still low. Actually, I'm very much surprised by this match because I didn't think this match was going to get anywhere near a 38. But it did, with Buzzkill going up against Lane, and Lane getting the victory over Buzzkill in the second of two pre-show matches tonight. And now we start the Thunder this week with the Harlem Heat, Road Warrior Animal, and Ric Flair, and the first words out of Ric Flair's mouth is this phrase saying, "I thought you would be sick and tired of having every episode of WCW television start with the NWO, so instead of letting those Neanderthals come out here and drone on and on and on about how good they are." I apologize. Booker T would say this because I'm not gonna script Ric Flair. We decided to come out here together one more time as we head to Night of the Legends on Sunday, where me and my brother go against the Outsiders. Road Warrior Animal goes against Jeff Jarrett, and then Nature Boy is challenging Scott Steiner for the WCW World's Heavyweight Championship. The NWO may believe that they're super powerful, they're all powerful. They may believe that they're still the best. But come Sunday, we'll prove they're wrong. Or we'll prove them wrong. And then I pass it over to Road Warrior Animal and Ric Flair, who ends it with a woo! Now we head to the opening match. Dean Malenko against Chavo Guerrero. The reason why Dean is against Chavo is for one reason and one reason only. I feel like Dean, before, I want to say, Monday, Dean had not been seen since Mayhem in January, and I figured putting him in the Cruiserweight division for a bit would help the Cruiserweights and would get Dean back on television. So that's exactly what I did. Now, Is this the way to expect Dean Malenko to win every single match? No. But let him reestablish himself as a member of the Cruiserweight division, and possibly, very soon, the Cruiserweight champion. But I will tell you this, that as far as Dean Malenko being Cruiserweight champion goes, if his chemistry with the Cruiserweights is poor, or where he cannot work with a guy like Chavo, or if he can't work with Juventud, I don't know for sure if he can't, I'm just spitballing here. But if he can't, that's going to hurt his run with the belt, because it's going to limit the people he can work with. As a way to get both the Cat and Chuck Palumbo on television, they go against each other. And though this match probably could have been on the pre-show, I chose to let it be on the actual show, because one bad match isn't going to kill the show, especially a 5-minute match. But that's just my opinion. See, I booked part of this show about a week ago, and I totally forgot that Stevie Ray won. And I'll tell you why Stevie Ray won. Because Stevie Ray has stuff going on right now. Yes, Kidman is one half of the tag team champions. That's why it doesn't hurt him as much to lose, because it's a singles match. He's one half of the tag champions, not one half of the not the Cruiserweight champion or the TB champion. He is the one half of the tag team champions, as I almost forget which title Kidman holds. But Stevie Ray's going into one of the biggest matches of his career against the Outsiders, as this will lead to another, match between the Outsiders and Harlem Heat at Uncensored with a bigger result. This feud is the biggest one of Stevie Ray's career, so that's why Stevie Ray needs the win. If you saw Nitro, then you know that I let Mike today have a sit-down interview with Diamond Dallas Page about the importance of their match, Randy and Diamond's match, this Sunday at Night of the Legends. And that is exactly why Randy, now on Thunder, has the same opportunity to sit down with Mike today and talk about the importance of the match with Diamond Dallas Page, his history with Diamond Dallas Page, and much like Diamond got to talk about Kimberly, Randy's going to talk about Liz. Because of the type of segment this is, and because of just the integration of reality that this brings, that I want this to bring, I'm gonna let them have complete control over the segment. Mike and Randy could write word for word what he's going to say and what Mike is going to say in the promo. I mean, if it was me, I'd tell Randy, wait for the answer and look inside and say how you feel. Just make it where it's real, not rehearsed. Because this match isn't about a feud. This is about history. The history between Randy Savage and one half of this match in Diamond Dallas Page. And the fact that they are renewing their history this Sunday at Night of the Legends. As DDP is prepared for Night of the Legends after defeating the American Nightmare in that match. And now we head to a highlight package of this past Monday's Nitro, and the brunt of the video package shows what happened in the main event with the return of Bret Hitman Hart and him costing Hulk Hogan, and him showing up in the main event, allowing Hogan to win by disqualification after he attacked Hulk Hogan in the middle of the ring and celebrated with who we thought to be his former stablemate in the NWO? Does this mean Bret Hart's back to join and rejoin the New World Order? Does this mean Bret Hart is an active wrestler again? And does this mean that the reports of him retiring are untrue? We don't know for sure what this means until we hear from the Hitman. If you want to know who I'm talking as, this is Tony Schiavone, because I put Tony with Eric Gargiulo and Larry Zbyszko on this show, and Bobby and Mike are on Nitro. I got into it a little bit. Let's put it that way. Now, honestly, just to give them the opportunity to see what they can do, I would let Eddie Guerrero and Mike Sanders run this segment. To give you an overview of this segment, a feud kicked off on Nitro between Mike Sanders, Norman Smiley rather, and Eddie Guerrero as the two mid-card champions, the television champion and the United States champion. Mike Sanders offered to become Eddie Guerrero's career coach, saying that he could make that United States title become the world's title if he just listened to Mike Sanders. Eddie said no. That led to his match, that led to an attack, and here we go tonight with Eddie coming out and talking about what being the United States champion means to him and the fact that he doesn't need help. He didn't need help to get this as he holds up the U.S. title, and he will not need help to get the WCW World Heavyweight title. And that brings out Mike Sanders, who says, or who I would have him talk about how, you don't get it, do you, Eddie? It isn't about needing help. It's about getting there faster. The last time you held that title was 1995. It's taken you 5 years to win the title back. 1996. It's taken you 4 years to win the title back. It's taken you 4 years to secure a better position in this company than you had, and than being, I don't know, a loser. I can make you a winner, like I did with Norman Smiley. You just gotta listen to me. And this is where the dose of reality comes in. I would have Eddie talk about his last year. The last year of his career. What is the big deal? In January 1999, Eddie Guerrero, on New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, one of those two, got in a car accident, a very severe car accident, and he missed most of 1999 with the injuries that he sustained in the car accident. Other than that, Eddie was with the Filthy Animals. When he came back to the ring, he was with his boys, Kidman, Mysterio, Conan. He was with them throughout most of the rest of 1999 and all of 2000, or most of 2000. Or actually, all of 1999 and none of 2000, because he was only there for about 3 weeks before he left for the WWE. But in this, Eddie got signed back. In this, Eddie was promised the United States title. And in this, Eddie is talking about the last year of his career and how hard the last year has been, and why this title, this United States Championship, means the world to him, because he achieved redemption. But it isn't the end of it. It's just the beginning of proving just how good Eddie Guerrero is. And now, before I start getting emotional, let's move on. As we hit up two guys who really haven't been seen recently in Rick Steiner and Kanyon, and as I have come accustomed to say, because I really enjoyed Chris Kanyon, who better than Kanyon? And he proves it right here with a victory over Rick Steiner, the dog-faced gremlin. And now we move to, that's right, a Thunder tradition, or seemingly a weekly tradition for Thunder, and that is a Bam Bam Bigelow title defense for his Hardcore Championship. And once again, the Beast from the East wins and retains his WCW Hardcore title. Bam Bam Bigelow has been almost unbeatable this year, and brother, this is how you establish a top heel. Okay, fine. Oh, Bam Bam's a top heel, yet he doesn't like competing in hardcore matches. Yes, but he's done nothing but help the title. He's done nothing but help the title. The title started as a 32 in Prestige, and if you know anything about this game, it is very difficult to get low-level titles up in Prestige. He made the title go up 8 in Prestige. It's a 40 now. A low-level title is a 40. All thanks to Bam Bam Bigelow. Yes, he's defended the title 9 times in about 2 months, but it's the hardcore title. It's the hardcore title, and I'm building somewhere, and that somewhere is, following his match, Bam Bam grabs the mic and calls out Terry Funk once again, saying, "Stop being a coward, Funk. I'm not gonna leave you alone until you man up and face me. Because ending the career of a hardcore legend is how I add credibility to this hardcore title. Without me beating you, this title is just something to make me happy. But I'm not losing it until you either come out here and face me and accept my challenge, or you come out here and let me end your career. Either way, no matter who stands in the ring against me, this hardcore title isn't leaving my waist until I'm ready to give it up." And now we head back to the... this would be our last commercial break before this segment, and then we come back, and Hulk Hogan makes his way out to the ring after being introduced by Gene Okerlund. As Gene would say, "Introducing my guest at this time, Hulk Hogan." It isn't before long that Hogan is talking about how he wants an explanation from the Hitman. He wants to know where Bret Hart's been and why he chose to come out during the main event of Nitro on Monday night. But as we thought that Bret Hart would come out, instead, the total package makes his presence felt and makes his way down in the ring and lays out a proposition. He says, "Hulk, you don't have a match on Sunday. And the even bigger travesty is that I don't have a match on Sunday. Since neither one of us are going to compete on Sunday, I'm laying down the challenge now. The total package versus Hulk Hogan at Night of the Legends this Sunday." That is if you can keep your mind off the hitman enough to even be competition for the total package. Brother, you got it. I've beaten you before and I'll beat you again. It's just on a grander stage now, but you got one thing right, package. There ain't no better stage for Hulk Hogan to face the total package than this Sunday at Night of the Legends. Gimmick change. Oh, no. Oops. I forgot to kill that. But that's beside the Bret Hart stuff is beside the point. I was gonna make there were originally something different was supposed to happen with Bret Hart than what I'm doing now, and I forgot to kill that off. Yes, what the original plan was to have him turn babyface, but because I chose to have him rejoin the NWO or do what I had him do on Nitro, he's not turning babyface. Let's put it that way. Either way, Ric Flair defeats Sid Vicious in the main event tonight as Ric Flair heads to his pay-per-view main event this Sunday at Night of the Legends. And by the way, I just want to make sure you know that where Sid Vicious has been is I've been using him on Saturday nights recently instead of actually using him on Nitro, because at the end of last month he pissed me off because he wouldn't put over who I wanted him to put over, and I basically, for lack of a better word, punished him by, for the last couple of weeks, booking him on the B show. I gotta say, this is the best Thunder that we've ever done thus far, because of the fact that, not because of the fact that we got a 76, but because of the fact that if you look at the notes section of the screen, we didn't lose popularity. Yes, I know. Oh, you didn't gain anything either. But it's a start. It's a start. And in my opinion, this may mean that the direction I want to take WCW, yes, I actually have a direction that I want to take WCW. Screw this gosh darn pop-up. It only picks and chooses when it wants to come up. But I do actually have a direction I want to take WCW, and it's starting to take shape with especially the upper card with Bret Hart and what happened on Nitro, and Dean Malenko in the Cruiserweight division, and Eddie Guerrero and Norman Smiley for the TV and United States titles. And yes, the tag team titles may be behind in the fold, but, everybody's starting to get something, and the ball is starting to get rolling, especially, and you also have Bam Bam Bigelow and Terry Funk, DDP and Randy Savage, and the idea of, if Terry Funk does in fact accept Bam Bam Bigelow's challenge, that, in my opinion, means Terry Funk needs to give up his commissionership to be able to do that. So that would mean somebody new would become the commissioner of WCW. And that adds a little bit of mystery into it. So, with that being said, first, what do you think of the new setup? Because if you notice, you could see the final rating. You could see where the popularity. You could see where the popularity is usually, the increase or decrease in popularity is usually displayed. But you can also see a little bit of the right side of the screen, a little bit more of the right side of the screen. But let me know down below. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you like this better because you can see more of the game, or do you like this worse and prefer just being able to see the game and none of my desktop? I also want to hear from you as far as what you thought of the show, and if you thought that this was indeed one of the best thunders that I've done thus far this year. But if you don't want to leave a comment, you can always leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this that you can only find right here at Wrestling Express. As always, I hope you enjoyed. See you on Sunday at Night of the Legends. Later.